Happy Saturday. We are back today. We're going to do the letter C. Yes, that's the letter C. We're going to do the letter C today. I have on my zoo sweatshirt. Some of you may know I used to work at the zoo, and that's probably why I really like animals. So I'm excited to look forward to drawing the letter C today with you. But before we get to that, we're going to do our quick gallery walk of the day. All of the very cool bison pictures that you sent me. A lot of you sent me fun facts too, so I really want to go over those with you as well. Going on our gallery walk, I love the way that I saw a lot of you adding good details in the background. Here we have a bison, and he's making these big puffs come out of his mouth. Nice open plains. We got a nice nighttime sky from Mia. I love that purple sky with those bright, bright stars. Very cool. And I like to see even that your younger siblings are drawing along right with you. I love that. Nico's little sister, Isabella, she's drawing there for us. Coraline's drawing. The Birdie brothers, they're drawing together. I love that they both gave their bison a lake for them to be able to drink out of. And up here, Hunter added 2 bee birds in the sky as well. Very cool. Awesome addition. Ariel and Alexa made their bison. I like all these springtime flowers. Very cool. Down here, the Lustres, Leonardo and Antoinette and Juliet. Check out that pink and green bison. I love those colors. It's like an Andy Warhol bison. I love that. I love that you're thinking outside the box. It doesn't have to be a real bison. It could be a fun pop art bison. I love it. Very cool. Same thing, Antoinette. You're using all those colors there, too. Down here, the maze. Oh, I like that Ruby put here Bobby Bison. You named your bison. Very nice. And Cleo, you also did a lot of rainbow colors. They also sent to me that today should be a C day for chicken. They just got brand new chickens. Gertrude, Lorraine, Flo, Agnes, and Mildred. Those are definitely new friends for you to take care of. Very neat. I love hearing what you are doing at home. Here we have Wyatt. Wyatt sent in a fun fact as well to let me know that cowbirds, which is a bird that would land on the bison's back, they have a symbiotic relationship, meaning they work together. So if you read here, his caption says, your fur is so soft, and that's the cowbird landing on the bison's back. And over here, this bird is saying, can I hitch a ride? And the bison itself says, yes, you may have a ride. Thank you for the compliment, because he told him he had soft fur. So the cowbirds, they actually do land. I have real pictures of this. The cowbirds, they land on the bison, and they help keep the bison's fur clean. They can eat the little insects that would be inside the fur of the bison, and the bison's definitely happy to be rid of those insects. This bison has tons of cowbirds on the back. So a very cool, fun fact. Erilyn and her mom, Mrs. Gatis, one of our 4th grade teachers, she added that the bison is the state animal of Oklahoma. And not too long ago, May 9th, 2016, the bison was designated as the official national mammal of the United States. And not only that, did you know we used to actually have the bison, which sometimes, we talked about this yesterday, they can be kind of confusing. But the American bison sometimes is called the buffalo, even though we now know the difference. But you can talk to your families about buffalo nickels. In 1913 to 1938, our nickels, that you probably know nickels that look like this, with Thomas Jefferson on there and Monticello, they used to actually have buffalo and a Native American head on there. So very, very cool facts that we can learn while we are drawing. So today, I'm going to switch on over here. And today, I'm going to make this smaller. Sometimes it disappears, sometimes it goes away. I don't really know the rhyme or reason to what goes on there. But today, since it is a letter C day, we are going to be I've had a lot of votes to make a cat. And I thought just to make it a little bit more interesting, we are actually going to be making a cheetah. So it is a cat, but by us adding spots to it, we'll be able to turn it into a cheetah. But if you don't want yours to be a cheetah and you'd rather yours just be a regular house cat, that's fine too. So we're going to go through the steps of drawing the cat itself, and then you can kind of figure out how exactly you would like to color yours. If you'd like to make it a cheetah, if you'd like to turn it into a different type of wild cat, or if you would like to just make it maybe a regular house cat. So we're going to start off today. I'm not going to forget. Yesterday I forgot until the end. So today we are going to start off with making our block letter C. And I want to get my stylus in here nice and close so I can reach the page. We are going to start off with the letter C. This one's going to be easy for us because we can just make a regular letter C. And then on the inside of that, we're going to make a smaller letter C. And then all we have to do is connect the ends. And now we have our letter C. Now, if we want to make it look like that block letter, normally we draw out some lines from the corners. Today it's actually a curve. So what we're actually going to do, I'm going to start at the top of the C, and I'm going to make another curve that's going to come the whole way down to here, and it'll be like the side of it. So making a curve, and then it comes right back in. So there we can see the side of it. And then what we can do down here, let's draw a little line out and curve it in. And there's our letter C, block letter for the day. I remembered to do it at the beginning. Yesterday I forgot. All right, so we're going to make our cheetah cat or regular cat. We're going to start off by making those eyes. Again, you can always decide what type of eyes that you want. I'm sticking with the happy ones, but if you want to make them ferocious, wild cheetah eyes, you can do that too, just by making kind of the eyebrows look like a letter V and connecting underneath. But I'm going to make the happy eyes. I have seen a lot of you make your eyes the sleepy eyes, which is just the regular eyes, but then making those eyelids kind of droop down. So I'm going to stick with the happy looking eyes. All right, I'm going to start right over here, giving myself some space over here for the rest of his body. I'm going to start off with the circles or ovals, and I'm putting those dots inside so I know he's looking at me. I'm going to come right down underneath that, and I'm going to draw a line that goes across. I'm going to find the middle of that line, and right underneath it, draw a dot. And before we paused school, my first graders, we were drawing dogs and cats. So this is kind of maybe a little bit of a review for you. From the top of that line, I'm going to connect down to that dot, and I'm going to connect the other side down. And to make our mouth, I'm going to come right back to that dot, come down, and I'm going to curve up. So it's kind of like I made a little letter J. And then I'm going to do the same thing, come down and curve up. So it's like a backwards letter J. Then we're going to make our head. I'm not going to make a perfect circle. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start, let's do the ears here. Now with your ears, different cats have different type of ears. Some of them have a little bit, they're all typically like a triangle shape, but some of them might be taller and skinnier. Some of them might be wider. So you can kind of decide what style of ear you would like for your cat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, it's going to be like an upside down letter V and an upside down letter V. And then let's connect that with a rainbow line. And now that we have our ears on top of our head, I'm going to come down and then go right back up. So it's not going to be quite a circle, we're just going to finish what we have here. So down and back up. And then we can actually give our cheetah cat some whiskers. Just draw some lines out to the side, lines out to the side. And I think on the inside, let's show that there's a little bit of a fluff of a fur there. So I'm going to make a capital letter M and a capital letter M inside there to kind of make it look like there's fluffy fur inside there. All right, very, very cool. Let's continue by making the back of our cat. And so I'm going to start right about here, and I'm going to draw a line that comes down and then curves back up just a little bit. That's going to be the back of it. So it's like his neck and then a little hump back here where the back of his legs would be. And then I'm going to come here just underneath where our whiskers are, and I'm going to draw a little line that's continuing his neck. And then now let's draw his feet. So let's start by making one side of his leg. And I'm going to start up in here. I'm going to curve down. I'm going to make a little bump and go down. It's going to show a little bit of a joint there. And now for his little paws, it's going to be a series of backward C's. So I'm going to start by drawing the bottom of his foot or his paw. And then I'm going to make a backward C. And then right next to that, I'm going to make another backward C. And then right next to that, make another backward C. So that looks like his paw. And now that I'm done with that, I'm going to draw that line up. If you want, you can do those little letter V's. We did that when we were doing the alligator. You can add little claws on the end if you want. Little letter V, little letter V. I'm going to connect this neckline over to my leg. And then I'm going to draw the leg that would be on the other side, the leg that was going to be in the back. So I'm going to come down, make a little bump. And remember, we talked about this yesterday. We want both of our feet to be on the ground. So we're going to try to line them up in the same spot. So they're both on the floor, on the ground. So I'm going to bring that down just a little bit and draw my line over. And now we're going to do the same thing, those backwards letter C's to make his little paw toes. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now we're going to connect that up to his body. All right. Let's work on the back part of the legs now. I'm going to continue his belly. And I'm going to make a curved line back. Don't want to make him too skinny. I want to make sure that he's a well-fed cheetah. And I'm going to start with the leg that's closest to us. So I'm going to start up here and draw my line down. Oh, let me make sure that connects. There we go. And then on the back side of him, I want to do the same thing. Draw a curved line down. Make that little bump for the joint. And we're going to do the same thing that we did for our other paws. We're going to do the bottom of the foot and then letter C, backwards letter C, backwards letter C. And, oh, I forgot the claws. If you want to add those claws, those little letter V's, little letter V claws. Little letter V, little letter V. And let's do our leg in the background now. Same thing, going to draw down, little bump, bottom of the foot, backwards letter C, backwards letter C, backwards letter C. Connect it up. So now we got our four legs. Oh, don't want to forget our claws. Little letter V, little letter V. There's our claws. And I left this room back here because we need a tail. So you can decide, do you want your tail to hang down low? Do you want your tail to hang up high? You may decide wherever you would like your tail to be. But how we're going to make our tail is kind of this curved line. And whatever type of curve that you want to make that same curve over again, but on top of it. So if that's my curved line, I want to do the same curve on top of it. And then I'm going to connect it back to the back, and I'm going to connect it here, rounded in the front. Now, because we're making the cheetah, we're going to have to give our cheetah some spots. And for a cheetah, they're just going to be little, tiny, close together spots. Little, tiny, close together spots, just like this. You can put them all throughout your cheetah body. If you want to make it just a regular cat, maybe you have a cat at home. Maybe you want to make your cat the way that your cat looks. If you have a black cat or a gray cat or a calico cat with many colors, you can make it however you want. I'm going to come back here with my dots on the tails. Usually the end of a cheetah's tail is pretty dark, almost like a stripe there on the end. And just by making those little dots, I'm not making them perfect circles. You can see them kind of little scribble spots. They're not all a perfect circle because on a cheetah, it would have fur, and the fur, of course, would be blowing all around and would be moved, so it wouldn't be a perfect circle. It would be different colors like that. If you want, you can give your cheetah kind of a white belly. So I'm going to actually make some zigzag lines on the bottom here. That's going to look like fur. And then I can keep his belly being a white belly. Let's add in a ground line because we don't want our cheetah just to be magically floating. Make that line the whole way across. I'm really trying to pay attention today to make sure I don't have any holes. So when I go to color it in, I don't accidentally color in other things. I've been seeing a lot of you are using crayon. A lot of you are using colored pencils. And it's cool to see each of those designs. I'm going to try to find a little bit lighter of a color for my cheetah. It has like yellowish, orange, tan type of fur. Boop. There we go. Fill that in. Oh no. Get that filled in. Get these tiny little sections filled in. Keep accidentally hitting the side. Let's see if I zoom in, maybe that'll make it easier for me. There we go. And his little toe. There we go. And for his nose, I think I'll make him have a black nose. Very, very cool. Let's do our letter C. Let's make a blue letter C today. You can make your letter C however you would like. But I think that's a pretty good looking cheetah for us today. And like I said, you can make it, it doesn't just have to be a cheetah. These are kind of the basic simple steps to making a basic cat. So you can make it a house cat. You can make it all sorts of things. What I did look up before we started was what is the difference between a cheetah and a leopard and a jaguar? They all are kind of large cats that live in the wild. But the difference between them is the spot pattern is a little bit different, and the sizes are a little bit different. If you look at the cheetah that we did today, because today was C Day, the cheetah has those solid black spots, just like we made, and you can see the cheetah's head is a little bit smaller. It's rounded, and you can see that there are claws that you can kind of see. And we made the tail with that dark in the back there. The leopard and the jaguar, they have what they call a rosette, which would be kind of little spots that are all grouped together, and then a little bit different of a brown on the inside. So you can see that the leopard, they're a little bit closer together, whereas the jaguar's spots, those rosettes, they're a little bit farther apart, and then there's actually spots inside. So when we say a rosette, you can kind of think of it as being almost like a flower. You can think of those dots as petals. And so with the jaguar and the leopard, you're going to see those different types of spot patterns. Whereas the cheetah that we did today, it's just solid black spots the whole way around. So I can't wait to see what you have drawn today. Did you make a cheetah? Did you make it into a regular house cat? That is quite up to you. It looks like I do have a leopard of some sort on here. When I did work at the zoo, one of my favorite animals was, as soon as you walk in, kind of go down and under a bridge, there used to be a snow leopard in there, and his name was Czar. So C is for Czar, but he's no longer there. I believe he's now been transferred to a different zoo. It's been quite some time since I've worked at the zoo. I know that he's not there anymore, but I did really enjoy seeing him. He was one of my favorite animals. My other favorite animal at the zoo was watching the sea otters. I really like watching them. They were always so fun to watch. And the sea lions, they were pretty fun too. So I can't wait to see your drawings. I can't wait to learn more fun facts. I love learning fun facts about animals. It makes me really happy to see that not only you're drawing, but you're also taking some time to learn a little bit too as you go along. So I hope that you have a wonderful day today. I can't wait to see your drawings, and I will see you back here tomorrow for letter D. Don't forget, give me some ideas of what we should do for the letter D. All right? Have a great day. See ya.